This is my Traxxas Raptor, our first generation, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they make this anymore, but as you can tell, it's a little dirty. So let's take care of that right now. Now she's somewhat clean, and I took the liberty of just taking the body off. But since it was just dusty, not so much dirty from mud, I didn't really need to wash it. But here's my dilemma here. Well, I guess first dilemma is that I can't get a great angle, so I'm gonna find something real quick. Alright, there we go. I think that's a little better, but first dilemma on this thing is that a video that you can see after you're done watching this one is called Traxxas Raptor art bashing, which is this thing, but where's my pointer stick? Let's just grab this guy. Right here where the spur and pinion gear are, you can see it's stripped only because I was driving this thing in sand, and if you want to drive RC cars in sands, or like especially slashes because they have sometimes gears open, or any short course vehicles, even if a little pebble of sand, it can do that, which is not good. But in today's video, I'm going to fix this and maybe drive it if it stops raining. Probably not, but that'll be okay. So I was stupid, and so I was driving this thing in the sand, filming that video, and I didn't realize that I didn't have the cover on this fully tight, and a little pebble of sand got in here. And if I zoom in for you guys, I don't know if you can, there's like a little, it's better to see it on video, I mean, without camera, but there's just a little streak across, and that's from that pebble. Here, I'm going to turn on this light. Might be able to see a little better, but that's, I guess, the only problem. And also, this thing's too much fun, and it sucks that I can't drive it. So, let's get to it. First thing you need to do is obviously flip the car over, and I find the easiest way is just to take off this whole back, which is not that hard. It's only, let's see here, 1, 2, couple screws down here, and this should just slide out. So I'm going to take this off now. It's just a simple 2.5 millimeter thing, and it should get these bolts out. That's one. Oops. Make sure you don't lose these, so I'm just putting them in the tray right there, so I don't lose it. And then there's another one. See? Another one. They're fairly short screws, but I think that's all the ones you need at the bottom, or that I can see. Flip you over, and it's just 2 screws here. I'm pretty sure these are the same size. Yeah, they are, so you can have them together. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure, keep the bolts the same size and same everything together so you don't mix and match, because that could be actually very bad. And last one in the tray. Now, I think I got all the bolts out, so I might need to take this one out and this one, which I don't think you guys can see very well. But first, obviously, just try to actually get it out. If it moves like so, it is. I might actually be able to just, alright, just for safety measures, and also so I could get this out, I'm pretty sure this cross member here is holding this thing in a bit, maybe. So I'm gonna just take these bolts out too. Alright, it's a 2 millimeter. So don't get these bolts mixed up with your other ones. That's one. See? Different size. So either put it on the other edge or in a different container. I just put it in a different spot on my tray that I have. And alright, last one. Now, please, come on. I know this motor might be able to, unless there's one more hiding. I don't know. Grab something to pry and just kind of pry it up, and if it doesn't budge, then keep looking. Alright, perfect. That came off, but you can see there's a wire holding it, and it's in there, but I don't really feel like taking that out, so I'm kind of just gonna grab that and put it right there, because you don't really need that. And then move you guys over here. You can see our spur gear in there, and it is very wrecked. Let's take it out and do a further inspection. I'm pretty sure I have one. Okay, how are you gonna come out? Oh, there might be screws under here. Yeah, there's one right there. What are you hitting? Oh, it's a 2mm here. I'm gonna just take that out. I think that was the last screw holding that one cross member in. Okay, why are you not unscrewing? Oh, that's for that. I see. Alright, well. Okay, what actually takes you out then? Force? Something? I honestly think I have to take this cross member out. But how? Pry bar? Imagine if it's this... Yeah. Imagine if it's this thing right here. That would actually suck. Still gonna take it out though. But if you're taking off pieces like that, I don't really like to put it in a tray. I like to just grab it. Oh, when you first unscrew it. Just little stubby screws. So I make sure it's for the right one. Man, everything's in there. Here. Prying action. There we go. I think I got it. Just gonna... Alright, I think I got it. And then, if you have something like a flathead, that could work a lot better than what I'm trying to do. I think it's actually still stuck on something. But what? So I know on a regular 4-wheel drive Slash, you can just take this thing out easily because it's about 3 screws. But I only found 2 that I could get to. I have no idea what's going on. Let's check under here. Any other sign of a screw? Since I couldn't get that piece out, I will just put these like right about there. Should be good. I think I'm gonna have to take this motor out too. Just gonna unplug this Protect fan. Very handy when it's hot out. And I think it's a 2.5, this screw here. This, maybe. I think it actually might be this holding it in, and I wasn't realizing that. We should be free now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See? Kind of has a preset there. Very handy. Very nice. Yep. It was. Or was it? So now the motor's out. That's nice. But what actually takes this off? Because this I need to get to. So now I might be able to actually get this white thing off. Boom. Alright. Got this cover off. Looks like some grass got in there. It's a little scraped up or whatever. And see, just put it back in so you don't lose them. And also, you can just place it there, and the screws are already installed. And just put that somewhere where you won't bonk it or whatever. And I think I have to unscrew that guy. And it's a little, there's a little nut right there. I think that's holding it in. But how am I going to get to that? Man, I wish this thing could just come off. Come on. You know what? Yes, there is a screw. Alright, there. It's just a set screw. Might be able to unscrew you because that bolt is very hard to get to. And then that screw's unscrewed. Now, do you move at all for me? Yes, that is the right screw to take out. But I just lost it. Something's holding it in. It's that little screw right there, but I can't get to it. Oh wait, what just fell out? Oh man, screw's tricking me. How are you gonna come out? Are you gonna have to be unscrewed? I think I'm gonna have to unscrew this thing too. Oh man, it's really raining. That's one. That's the only one. And that pops up. Okay, that did nothing for me. That's nice. But how am I supposed to get that spur gear out? There has to be a way. Instead of just kind of reefing on it. It's moving. And you can see right there. I'll show you a little better. Right there. Yeah, there was most definitely a rock. There's something in there. Alright, that's still moved more. Oh, bet. That's off. Not out, but that's something. Okay, how are you supposed to take this out? Quick look on Traxxas. What I found, it says to undo the screws. But what screws? The screws I can't get to? It may seem like there are screws here, but I don't see any. Only just the shaft. Alright, this might be harder than I thought. It's just to take off that screw. Well, good thing I have a wrench set. Many screws. I'm just gonna put them on here because I have actually no idea what size that is. I'm thinking probably a 9. That's a pretty. Oh, that's way too big. 7, 8. If it's not an 8, then it's probably 8. You can't really. It's kind of hard to get a wrench in there, so I'm thinking first get it on and flip it over. Flip it over, and then hold it with one hand. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. And grab pliers and kind of just grab it. This is actually very tricky. There goes the wrenches. It's almost out. I know it is. Pliers. There we go. I got it. This is actually very hard. Alright, I'm going to do this off camera because it's hard to film it. And now it's hard. I got it out though. I had a wrench on here, pliers on here, and I was just kind of twisting, and, well, it's obviously not tight, but I think it was out, and I was just, yeah. But now it's actually time to replace the slipper clutch. I mean, not the slipper clutch, spur gear. I'm gonna see if I have any. What a score! It was the last one I had, and it's the same thing. Perfect. Here's a new one, nice and fresh compared to the old one. Doesn't really look, it looks the same on camera, but trust me, the feel. Here, I'll do it at the mic. I did this one first, this one second. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah. Alright, and I'm pretty sure, get these off. It's just a 2mm, which is right here. Just hold it. Actually, gonna use my pit mat to put all these in. How am I gonna get you out? I don't know. Alright, that was easy. But now, why are these 3 screws loose? These are metal? Huh. I just thought they were a different thing, but they're metal. No wonder why it would get so hot. And then, whenever I do this, I like to just clean off the edges. And I was very scared, I just flip it around. So I'm not use both sides, but right now, it's pretty decent shape. Nothing looks like it, because a lot of times if you get sand in here, we'll go around and scratch these up, but further inspection, can't really see well on the camera, but this side's fine. This side is also fine. It's just, it's pretty smooth. It's just a couple of nicks, but yeah. And the pads, you might be able to see that, but they're quite worn, but not super bad. They're really good still. And the plate's fine. It's just a plate, honestly. But now further inspection, both of them. See? I put this one like that. Kind of meshes, but this is flatter. Let's take this off. Just 3 2mm screws. But why is it so loose? Oh no. Did the bolt snap? No way. This is a 2.5. Oh. My bad. Never mind. You're fine. It's a 2.5. Alright. I'm just going to put all these parts together so I don't lose any, because that would be bad. 2.5. Take the screw out. Put her there. Screw this one. Alright, now just, I like to put my screwdriver in there like that and just kind of push to get the bearing off. I don't know why these aren't coming off. Alright, there we go. That's one. Ooh. not horrible. It's a little flimsy, but if you can't really see well, but if I turn off the light. Yeah, it's not focusing, but that's very chewed up. This side is this side and this side, but that's about it. And then these just go on like that. You don't really need to glue them because it just, yeah. But I only Loctite if Traxxas Loctite, and by the looks of this, it doesn't look Loctited, so I'm not gonna do that. And to get the bearing out, I just put that through there and give it a little knock, and then it should actually just pop out and make sure it still works fine. But to get it all really nice, especially this one, it's a little dirty, but same trick. Put it through. Just, that's not coming off. Just get, I don't know where paper towel is, but just get a clean rag. Spray some of your favorite rag cleaner. Not too much. Totally didn't do a lot. Did I even get it? Oh, I think I missed. Alright, let's do it. Alright, that should be good. And then just grab your bearing. Just kind of wipe it off. And then put it somewhere clean, so it doesn't get dirty again. Which, I'm just gonna put them in my clean tray. And same with this one. See the dirt that came out? Just go get a quick wipe. See, look, you can tell that's black, and it just a bunch of just things came out, and just rub it down, and do the other side. Rub it down, make sure it spins nicely. Spins alright. I can feel it kinda, it's gonna go out soon, but right now it's fine. Just get a good, kinda want it to be a good job, so you don't have to do this again. And it's a little off-seated, so just grab it and alright, perfect. Should be good. Ooh, wait, that's not good. But like that, it does not spin nice. I'll just play with it a little bit. Alright, got spinning better, but, and then grab your pads, and then kind of pretty much do the same thing, but then also do it with this, but keep them in the rag so that they don't get dirty again. And also just spray them on the rag and just get. So it's better to have clean parts than dirty parts. And then while they're in the rag, just spray some more Brute Clean and wipe this off. And maybe also get the black grime off too. This part doesn't need to be perfect, but it's always good to get them as clean as you can. See all the black that came off? Not good. That's just the dust and everything. And then this, just place it upright so it doesn't get dirty, but you don't need to keep it in your egg. And same thing with this. But this you don't need as much because it's actually not touching anything, it's only touching the other side of the pad. And once you get that all cleaned off, put the rag somewhere else with the pad and the disc on, And then if you look on your pinion gear, you can see that there's ones with the marks in it and ones without. If you forget, look which side is dirtier, this side or this side. And also, if I were to put this on here, it does fit, but see how much that sticks out? And if I put it on here, if it goes on, it sticks out way less. So obviously that's the right side. And then also, you're putting dirty parts onto a brand new thing. Might as well clean it. And put that thing in. And then kind of just put it face down on the table. Give it a nice push. Doesn't. And then make sure it's somewhat in all around. And if it's not, the screws can take care of it, but forgot, I got a rubber mallet. Make sure the one side's somewhat clean and just do little taps. Little taps. Get it nice and seated. And if you want to, you can just kind of push around. And then flip it around and do the same thing. See, just little taps. That's what I've been doing. Alright. Put that guy away. Rub your eyeball with some brake clean. Just kidding, don't. And then, I guess I forgot about these screws. You can also wash these screws off, but they're not too bad. I still will. It's always good to. But you just kind of wipe. And they don't need much love because they're kind of hidden already. And just, you can put them in with your hand. Like so. This is super tedious part. Kind of want it to screw them one at a time. Like not all one tight at a time, but like do a little bit of one and then move to the other. So it goes on flat. It's kind of like putting on a tire, but not so much a star pattern because there is really no star pattern. And just screw them in by hand. And you already saw me unscrewing it, so I'm gonna just put it under there. And it's all gonna be on. And take it back out. See, all screwed. And don't forget about your bearing that you cleaned. And just kind of press it onto there. And if you want, do the same trick. But I'll put this on there so you can do this. And it just pushes it in. And it should be in there nicely. Bet. Alright. And now you assemble. Take your things from the rag. Take them out. And make sure you have the worn side on the right side. Not like flipped over. And put on one just like how they fell off. Like so. But if you want, which I might do, just fresh it. Have it fresh. Because these also, oh yeah, they look pretty scratched up from the sand. But put them on. This is super tedious. I'll just film this off camera. Alright. Put that under there. Quick pause in the magic. Oops. Make sure you see these teeth. They line up with it so it doesn't move. And so it's not moving. And it's on there. Like so. Not moving. Back to the magic. Like, boom. All nice and assembled. It actually took so long because the pads kept falling out and this did. And then just put this on. And make sure there's a black grommet here that's facing against this. And that's what the black cross member is going to sit on right here. And just that. But I'm not going to put it super tight yet because it's still got to get into here. So let's do that. And boom. It's in there. Got her in there. Nice and tight. You don't want this too tight, but you also don't want this too loose. And now just line it up. Grab your screw. And screw it in. It's the screw. Grab this one. I was Loctite on it, but I don't need to replace it. Put in. Make sure it's in the right spot and screw on. Nice. You want this one tight though. Perfect. And now I can put everything else on. like this piece. And I can put this piece in. I'm just gonna replace these screws with some shiny ones because I think I lost the other one. I don't even know where it went because I put it in there. All right, be back. The screw set should have some. Need one this size, and here's one. Just gotta double check it's the right size. Yep. And I need another one. Now I'm gonna put it on. Give you a little wipe and motor time. Chew on like that, like that. And it's nice that I have I would call it a preset screw, so I don't have to mess around finding the right pitch. Pop you on, and this screw is the 2.5 millimeter. Okay, nice. And this one you want tight because it holds in your motor. Now, pretty much done. You just have 6 more screws to put in. Next, these two, which go in your cross member. This one, these screws are just a simple 2 millimeter. That one, good. And grab the other one, put it on. And make sure that one's tight, and then also make sure that one's tight. And then you can put this back on, but before I do, I'm gonna clean next to that. It's actually very gross. A little bit of brake clean. Try not to spray it right in the hole. You can spray around it though, it's fine if some gets in. You just don't want to spray it directly in. Cleaner, very gross. And then some people, actually before I put this on, I'm gonna need to fix my stupidity and screw this on. Alright, now it's time for this thing. You don't want to put, I guess you can't really put this in too tight because obviously you want to swivel. Put that one on, and now make sure it's somewhat clean. You gotta join these halves together. Make sure the shaft goes in. I like to put it like that. Alright. And then now is to 4 of these screws, and then it's in. Those screws are a 2.5. And then put the rest of these screws on. Bottom ones. And like that, you're done. You just gotta put that on. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.